So the journey for Filipinos coming to Vallejo started in the mid-1500s. Spain colonized the Philippines along with other countries around the world. And they started a galleon trade between Manila, Philippines and Acapulco, Mexico from 1565 to 1815. And on these galleons, they brought goods from Asia, vegetables, fruits, spices from the Spice Islands, gold, jewelry, pottery from China, but they also brought Filipino seamen who were basically enslaved to man these galleons. And all up and down the California coast, the Filipino seamen would jump ship to escape from their Spanish masters. And so the first recorded landing of Filipinos in what's now the continental United States happened October 18, 1587 in Morro Bay, California. And we actually have a National Historical marker there. So that is our first recorded landing or presence of Filipinos in the continental United States. So from that time on, October 18, 1587 till today, we have had a presence of Filipinos in the United States. Well, the presence of Filipinos in Vallejo started before the end of last century. The United States had declared war against Spain, the Spanish-American War. They first fought it in Cuba and then in Puerto Rico, but most people don't realize that it was then brought across the Pacific Ocean to the Philippines because the United States realized the Philippines was also fighting for their independence from Spain, and so they sent Admiral Dewey to meet with a Filipino leader named Emilio Aguinaldo, and Emilio Aguinaldo agreed to help the Americans fight the Spanish in the Philippines, and in return, the Americans agreed to give the Philippines its independence. So the ships, the American naval ships left from Mare Island right here in Vallejo, went to pick up the troops in the Presidio in San Francisco, and sailed across the Pacific Ocean in May of 1898, where they fought the Battle of Manila Bay. And of course, the United States won that battle. The Filipinos reveled in the victory because they thought the Americans were going to give the Filipinos and the Philippines their independence as well. Then on June 12, 1898, the Filipinos declared themselves independent from Spain, and that's why we celebrate Philippine Independence Day worldwide on June 12th. And here in Vallejo, we have our annual Filipino Festival on the waterfront on the first Saturday of every June to commemorate that celebration. Of course, in sight of Mare Island, where the ships that led to that Declaration of Independence actually came from. So it makes Vallejo a very special place. However, during that Declaration of Independence, the Americans and the Spaniards who were at that ceremony did not acknowledge the Filipinos' Declaration of Independence. And in February 4th of 1899, a man named Willie Grayson, who was in the U.S. Army stationed in the Philippines, fired the first shot of what now has become known as the Philippine-American War.